Yo, what is up, guys? We're at DND David's high-rise apartment. Yeah, if you guys don't know, what is your name and what do you do?
My name is DND David. I do paid ads drop shipping, so I run ads on Meta, driving traffic to Shopify stores, and that's where I get sales.
What is one piece of advice that you received in the last couple of years that stuck with you?
One big piece of advice that I received is to never take advice from someone you wouldn't trade lives with. And what that means is like simply just don't listen to people who aren't doing something that you want to do and aren't where you want to go, right? So like if people from your school are making fun of you for trying to, do something different, start a business or whatever the case is, like, and they're just hating on you, like, don't even listen to them because at the end of the day, bro, like, they're going down a path you don't want to go down, right? So only listen to people who are above you or doing the things that you want to do.
A little tidbit for you guys. Kanye actually has a song where he says that quote, and it's a quote that I love and I always refer to is I never take advice from anyone less successful than me. And that, in my opinion, kind of relates to what David said. If you're someone that's making 100K a month, don't take advice from someone that's making 1K a month. You get what I'm saying?
If your mom tells you about money or some shit, like you wouldn't really trade places with her financially. So like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you wouldn't want to be that person for a day, don't take advice from them.
Yeah.
Most 18-year-olds are focused on school or their social life and partying and being out and about. What made you choose your route? What made you, not go the typical route and go to college and whatever? And what made you focus and just work on your business all day?
I mean, for me, it was always like me just kind of chasing freedom. Like at the end of the day, all these kids that are going to parties, going to college for their social life, drinking every day, like they're not really gonna get anywhere after college is over, like, and everything is said and done. Like they're gonna be in a really shitty position, and they're gonna be going to a job they don't like and doing things that they don't like, all because they didn't work hard when they were young, right? So I feel like right now, especially like if you're watching this and you're like 18 or just like young, like bro, this is your prime years to like get ahead and work. Like, why are you wasting them going to party and like doing all this dumb shit when you could grind now and like put yourself in a crazy good position where you have like all the freedom in the world versus the other kids that have to go to places they don't want to go to and like do all this shit that they're being told to do. So yeah.
And let me ask you something. Another part. Do you think if someone, let's say someone, their dream is to be a banker and they want to do that, would you advise them to take this route or would you advise them to stick what they want to? Because I have friends on both sides, people like you that didn't go the conventional route, and I have friends on the other side that they want to study and be nurses and doctors and all these different professions. Would you advise them to continue on with what they're doing, or would you advise them to switch?
I would advise them to continue. I mean, if it's your passion to be a banker, to be whatever it is, and you're truly happy, like ask yourself, am I truly happy? You could technically be passionate about working at McDonald's and be the happiest guy working at McDonald's. Like, good for you, bro. That's great. But for me personally, like that wasn't the case. And for me, I personally find my happiness in having the freedom to do anything I want. So that's kind of why I decided to take this route.
So you basically just followed your heart, followed your passion, followed what you wanted to do. Another question, do you feel like this is your calling? Do you feel like you were meant for this? You were created for this life. This was God's plan for you.
I mean, yeah, I definitely do feel like I'm in alignment with, what God's plan is for me. Because I feel happy every day, like waking up and working, versus like when I was in school or something like that, or just thinking about having a job, just like would make me upset, right? Whereas like now I wake up and I feel like I'm in alignment, like I'm literally happy to do this. I'm happy to wake up, like I'm happy to, do everything I do on a day-to-day basis. So I think I definitely am in alignment. Wait, what was the question?
And following that you feel like this is your life, this is your calling, and this is your passion more than anything, do you think everyone should at least try entrepreneurship or dropshipping in your case? And if you think they should try it, do you think it's meant for everyone? Because there's a difference between trying it and pursuing it.
I definitely do think it is worth a try, especially kind of going back to like when you're young. When you're young, you're able to take risks. This is what I tell my family all the time, that the ones that, are like, oh, what if this doesn't work out? Then you don't have the security. It's like, I'm 18, bro. At the end of the day, like, if I fuck up right now, my failure will literally be living everybody else's like current life. You know what I'm saying? So if I fail, I'll literally just go back to school and get a job. Like that's what everybody else is doing right now anyway. So what does it matter? And I feel like that's the attitude that you should have. Like at least give it a try. And then to answer your question about do I think everyone's built for this? I think definitely. I don't think there's anything genetic that makes you make more money. I think it's literally just hard work, bro. like anybody could be made for this. You just got to really like change your mindset. There's a certain mindset that's required, and it's not something that you're born with. It's something that you build, right? So I guess in a way, not everybody's made for it, but everybody can be made for it if they switch their mindset.
What is the mindset you think they should have? What is the thought process, or what are you referring to? What do you mean by mindset?
I feel like the mindset part itself is really just being ambitious about what you want to do. Ambitious is a really good word to describe this, because you could be motivated, but motivation doesn't mean shit, right? You could be passionate, but passion doesn't mean shit if you're not ambitious about it, right? So I feel like really that's all it is like not taking no for an answer, and like being so ambitious that even if you're failing, even if you're fucking up, even if you're not seeing the results, like you're still going, bro. And I feel like ambitious is like that ambitious mindset is what's really gonna get you to where you want to be.
As a percentage, 90 to 95% of drop shippers fail in the first few months to a year. What do you think about you is different that allowed you to continue going and not be part of that 90, 95?
I feel like they just didn't try hard enough. When you truly try something and give it your all, there's no way to fail, bro. Like at the end of the day, failure is part of the process. Like drop shipping is very, very tied together with failure. Like you're gonna fail a lot. That's just how it goes, bro. Like even right now, like I've had 100K months, 140K months, and like yet I still fail probably like 4 or 5 products a week, bro. So that's kind of just part of the process. But I think what made me stand out was literally just that I kept going. Like when I started out, I failed 16 products straight, and I could have stopped right there and been part of the 95, 90%, whatever the case is. But I just tried one more time. Every single time, I just tried one more time, tried one more time, tried one more time until something hit. And once something hits and you get that proof in your head that this shit is possible, like, bro, you're never going to stop. Like, you're literally never going to stop. You just need that first bit of success to see that it's possible. So, yeah, I would say, like, that's what made me stand out is just I didn't take no for an answer. And it kind of ties back to what I said about being ambitious. Like, I didn't take no for an answer, and I just kept trying.
So in the drop shipping world, what is more important, quality or quantity? Because you said you failed 16 products before you hit your first winning product. What made that one product different? And again, is quality better than quantity, or how is it in the drop shipping world?
In the drop shipping world, not gonna lie to you, quality and quantity, whichever one is preferred depends on what strategy you're doing, right? At the end of the day, there's a million different strategies with drop shipping, but one thing I will say about quantity is that quantity negates luck, bro. Like, let's say you run 100 products, bro. Like, there's literally no way you aren't gonna hit on one. Like, all you need is a 1% hit rate, and you can hit on one product that could change your life and cover all the expenses for the other 99. So quantity is definitely very, very important. Like me personally, I literally launched a product today. I've been launching a product today for the last month, no exceptions, and that's purely based on the fact that one product will literally like cover quantity on top always. Obviously, it does depend on what strategy you're using. If you're making your own ads and stuff like that, quality is very, very important. But when it comes to just testing products, definitely just spam test, bro.
What's the biggest thing in your world that changed once you moved in by yourself?
I feel like the biggest thing for me was definitely the way this nigga flipped the fucking board.
What's the biggest change that you experienced once you were able to move in by yourself?
I feel like for me, the biggest change that I've experienced was definitely just like having urgency. I feel like everybody needs to have urgency. Back home, like I had little to no expenses, like pretty much zero expenses, like, and just having like multiple 6 figures or 6 figures liquid, like, and just no expenses at all literally puts you so comfortable. So I feel like part of, you know, progressing in life is just having that urgency and needing to do it. Like now it's like, bro, I have rent to pay. Like I have to make money, right? So I feel like the times in life where I've made the most money in general have just been when I had a lot of urgency. Like when I've been not tight on money, not necessarily tight on money, but for example, when I bought my car and I had that payment, like I realized like, damn, like I have this urgency now to like, I have to make this money. And I remember I hit on a bunch of products back then and made a good amount of money and had some of my biggest months. So that's what I'm kind of excited for here, is just having that urgency again, having that fire, that drive to like have to make money no matter what. So yeah.
So you think by putting yourself in an uncomfortable place where you have bills or you have things, you have responsibilities now that are bigger than you, you think that helped you and pushed you forward and I guess drove you forward to be better in your business?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think definitely like, although I am in an uncomfortable situation, I'm also not in a stupid situation. I see a lot of people now in the online money space, like they'll literally put themselves lifestyle creep goes crazy. Like they'll lock themselves into a 5K a month lease with a car, and they have like fucking 20K to their name, right? Like that's just stupid, and you're putting yourself in a really bad situation financially. But at the same time, having expenses is great, and I feel like it definitely has helped me. But just don't make a stupid decision.
So what for you personally was your final decision, the decision maker to move in? Was it once you hit a certain goal or a certain dollar sign in your bank account? What was it for you that you finally told yourself, okay, now I'm ready to go on my own?
Yeah, it was for me. It was a certain amount liquid that I wanted to have. I won't say how much it was, but there was a certain amount liquid in my bank account that I told myself I'm gonna move out once I hit this. And on top of that, just kind of proving it to myself, like finding multiple winners, right? Because one thing is like finding one winner, but like I'm at my fifth. I found my fifth winner now. I think I'm on my sixth right now. So especially earlier this month, I hit on a winner, and I was just like, bro, like it's time. Like I've proved myself again and again that I could find winners and that I could consistently make this a thing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move out. So yeah, it was a combination of those two things.
So how many years from beginning to right now have you been in ecom?
Dude, I've been in ecom for like 4 years now. I ran my first product, bro, probably like literally 4 years ago. It was a silent basketball. No. My first product was a slushy cup for organic. And then after that, I went to TikTok affiliate. And then after that, I went into organic again. And then I went to paid ads after I made some money with organic. But one thing that I learned from that, I know this wasn't part of the question, but one thing I learned from switching business models so many times was that like you just got to lock in on one thing. Luckily for me, I was in ecom still. Even though I was doing like different models under it, I was still in ecom, so the skills were able to compound. But regardless, I feel like just locking in on one strategy, one thing for a long enough amount of time, you'll become the best at it, and that's how you make money.
How did you make your first dollar online?
So I never wanted to get a job. I mean, here's the thing. A lot of people, they say certain business models, like, oh, they require no capital to start, right? Like that's what they say about organic, that's what they say about TikTok shop affiliate. But at the end of the day, you do need some sort of capital, right? If you're doing organic, you need to have some money to start Shopify, for a laptop, for all these things, right? So there's still some costs no matter what. So I never wanted to have a job. Like I've literally never worked a job, thankfully. And I started out actually doing surveys online. So there was different apps where you can kind of just like review websites for like 20 minutes and they give you like $10 or some shit. And that's how I was able to save up money for my first organic drop shipping product. And I think I tried around like 2 or 3 drop shipping products for organic. And then I literally, like, I'm pretty sure I lost the money. Pretty sure I lost the money from the surveys. So I ran my third product, which was a silent basketball. Literally what I did, I was looking at the videos earlier, and I pretty much was selling a silent basketball. I was drop shipping, right? And like I didn't have enough money to order the sample, like the $20 sample of the ball to record. So literally what I did is I got a regular ass basketball and I just muted the clip every time the ball would bounce. And bro, I literally made like 1K in revenue with that product, fucking muting clips. And I guess that kind of started me off. Like after that, it kind of just like compounded. I was able to buy a better phone, laptop. Then I got into TikTok affiliate. Then I got back to organic. And then, everything just kind of compounded. And I was able to just do it from zero, from TikTok, from fucking surveys. So, yeah.
So from that moment, from your surveys until now, what would you say, and it's okay if you don't want to answer, what was the lowest point in your career? Emotional, business-wise, what was that moment where you were on your knees and you were like, damn, I don't know if this is for me, I want to give up. What was that moment for you like?
Bro, I would say it was literally like inorganic. Because like I said, from that span where I tried organic for the first time and then pivoted to TikTok shop affiliate and then pivoted back to organic, that was probably about a 1 year span, right? And here I hadn't made any substantial amount of money, like maybe 3K a month, 2K a month. And I was trying to have my breakthrough with organic, and like I said, it took me 16 products, and there was like the most trenchy ass area of my life. Like I remember like mentally how hard it was. Like I remember literally, bro. I remember like waking up, going to the gym at 4 a.m, going to school at 6, getting out at 2, going to baseball till 6:30 p.m, and getting home and filming for 3 products, like 3 products that I didn't know that were gonna work out, right? Filming 3 videos a day for every single product. That was 9 videos. and like then going to sleep, bro, and doing it all again and doing it all again, and like, bro, just no time for like to do shit. And I remember like, bro, I remember getting home from baseball like so tired and so exhausted, and like just forcing myself. Like I remember every single time I had to film a video, like I would just force myself to get up off the bed. Like I remember that shit literally every single day, because it was just like me forcing myself to do the work and forcing, and it was trenchy because I didn't have results. I didn't know if it was gonna work out, and thankfully, bro, after like 6 months of doing that shit, literally every single day, the trenchiest era of my life, trying to learn, trying to, paying mentors, paying this, paying that. Finally, I had a product hit. Wasn't anything crazy. Did around like 40K, but yeah, I would say that was like the trenchiest era of my life for sure.
A lot of people talk about when they get successful, they're going to cut off their day ones and change up and switch up. Did you cut off your day ones and did you switch up?
I mean, I don't think it's something that happens like purposely, bro. I think it's just something that kind of happens like naturally, bro. Like honestly, like there's probably like one person I've talked to fucking since high school that like I actually talked to. From outside of that, like there's really nothing else, bro. And like, yeah, bro, I think it just naturally happens. Like you just kind of grow away from people because you're just on a different path. Like I definitely have way more e-com and business friends now than I do, from back in my hometown and shit like that. So yeah.
As a day trader, there's someone who, for me, is a big inspiration. His name is PB Blake. He has a series called PB Theory, and in one of those, he says, "Stop mental masturbation." He means stop talking that you're gonna go do things. Stop saying that you're gonna go. Stop telling people. Keep it to yourself. Grind in the dark and make it happen. Let results speak for themselves. What is your opinion on that? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What would you comment on that?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, at the end of the day, bro, like, if you're telling people around you that you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're kind of just, like, dopamine talking. Like, you're getting the dopamine of actually having done something that you haven't even done. Like, your brain's saying, yo, I already did this shit, even though you really haven't done anything, bro. So I feel like just talk, like, it's better to just let results speak for themselves. Like, at the end of the day, nobody's really even going to care, believe you, until you actually have done what you said you were going to do. So, I mean, what's even the point of it, right? So, yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like, just keep everything to yourself, bro. Like, it really is what it is.
So before you, I guess, in I guess the public's terms, became successful and made it, what was one thing that you promised to yourself that you would or would not do? Like, when I get my first 100K, I'm gonna go buy a car. I'm gonna go do this, or that you said you wouldn't do when I whatever get my first 100K. I'm not gonna go do this and that. What was that one thing that you promised yourself you would or would not do? Because a lot of people in the space, like you said, they'll make their first little bit of money and go get an apartment and go do this and do that, and they got no money to their name.
Yeah. No, I always told myself that I always told myself that I was going to do every decision that I made was going to be done safely and not, retardedly. So even when it comes to buying this apartment, like, I could literally live here. I could not make $1 for the next 3 years and be completely fine and pay every single payment and be completely fine. So I've like everything that I've done, everything that I've purchased, everything that I've kind of invested in, or whatever the case is, I've always done it very, very safely. And I always told myself I wasn't going to be a retard who makes 20K and goes put it towards a down payment on a car, right? That is just stupid. So yeah, that was definitely one of the things. Like you mentioned, there's a lot. I could name a ton of people who have gotten fucked by, lifestyle creep and just like spending money on stupid shit, right? That they don't need.
You're 18, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Where do you see yourself by the time you're 21 and by the time you're 28?
Bro, low key, 21 and 20. I haven't thought that far ahead, bro. I mean, 21 isn't that far from now. I'm about to turn 19. But definitely like over like 5 mil liquid by the time I'm 21 for sure. Hopefully like have a brand. Another thing I was talking about earlier was like I want to get into real estate. Want to get assets under my name. A lot of these e-com guys, like they're so nearsighted. They don't think about, the future or like actually having something like, but at the end of the day, like these leases and these payments and all this shit, like that's just money like you're kind of just throwing away. So I feel like having assets is really big, and like making money and then putting it into something else. That's one thing I've really realized is that like it's true what these rich people say, like making money is a certain skill, but keeping money is a whole nother ballpark, and like it's just as important, bro. Like taxes, all this shit. Like this is the first year that I'm really dealing with all that stuff, and like I've just realized, like, bro, keeping money is a whole different game, bro. So yeah, definitely having assets and putting into my money into safe places.
As someone who's been in the e-commerce game for 4 years, what is one piece of advice, just one piece, you would go back and tell your 14-year-old self or yourself before you started, when you first started to gain interest and figure out what this whole world was about? Just one piece of advice.
I wish that I was. I would just tell them, yo, it's possible, bro. Like, it's possible. I feel like I spent so much time in that era just like with doubt in my head, not knowing if it's actually possible. But like, bro, it 1000% is. Like, looking back on it now, if I knew at 14 where I would be, if somebody like literally showed this picture right here to me when I was 14, I would have never stopped working because I would have known 100% it's possible. But that was the thing, is I had doubt. So what I would say is, like, it's 1000% possible, bro. Brainwash yourself to believe it, and like it'll happen way faster.
So you're saying you would agree that you think you should be delusional that you're gonna get there?
I mean, I kind of talked about this in a last video that I made on YouTube, but it's not really delusion, bro. At the end of the day, it's not really delusion if you believe that it's gonna happen, right? It might be delusional to other people, like, bro, what are you talking about? This kid's gonna have this car as a teenager. Like, what are you talking about? Like, he's a retard. But like, in your head, it can't be a delusion, bro. In your head, you have to 100% believe it. You can't just be like, you can't just like fucking put a candle on the floor and like sit out like this and like be like, oh, Lamborghini at 21, Lamborghini. Like, no, you're just delusional, gang. But like, you have to actually be, believe it 100% in your mind, see it in your mind 100% without a doubt. So yeah.
Why drop shipping and not day trading or OnlyFans managing or one of these many side hustles? Why did you pick drop shipping specifically?
I don't really think it matters too much, like, realistically, what business model you're in.
No, but why did you pick it? Why did DND David specifically pick that for himself?
To be honest, like, I guess it's kind of just what fell in my lap. I was already doing like TikTok shop. And funny story, actually, like, I was doing TikTok shop. I had a day where I had a video go super viral and I made like 1K that day. And I did like 1K in commissions, and like the brand that I was promoting the product for did like 40K that day off of me alone. Off of my videos alone, that brand made 40K in a day. And like, not counting there 1,000 other affiliates. And that's when I realized, bro, like, I need to be the head honcho. Like, I need to be the guy with the fucking brand. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I got into drop shipping. And yeah, bro, it's been ever since then. I kind of just like decided, like, yo, this is my thing. I also like the fact that it's something you can exit, something tangible. I've had friends exit for 5 mil, 4 mil, literally just sell their brand. So I know that it's there's also exit play there.
What do you think about mentorships? Do you think they're a scam? Do you think they're worth it? And what is your personal experience with having your own mentorship and your own program?
I'm a big believer in mentorships, bro. I definitely think that if you have the right mindset with a mentorship, bro, like, you could learn anything. Like, I'll tell y'all a story. Shout out SD if you're watching this, but he's one of my boys. He does drop shipping. He's made a ton of money drop shipping, but literally, like, right now during Chinese New Year's, it was from like the beginning of February to like the 22nd, maybe. This dude literally went on a side quest, bought a trading mentorship for 2K, and learned trading in 3 weeks and took his first payout. Like, it's literally like not hard at all. Like, you just need a mentor and the right mindset. Like, that's literally all you need. And me personally, I had $1,500 in my bank account, and I took the risk and I spent my last 1,000 on a mentorship, and it all paid off, bro. And I made like 40K from that investment on an organic product. Then when I went to paid, same thing. I bought multiple mentorships. I probably spent like, bro, 15, 20K on just like in learning, and like stuff like that. It's really important. I feel like a lot of people they think that when you go the entrepreneur route, it's like, oh, no college, so that means like you don't have to be learning and all this shit. But like, you still have to be learning. Like, I would argue I learned more than in college. Like, I would argue that I study more than a college kid, right? So definitely always be learning. Mentorships are great. You can learn anything. It's all about the mindset behind them. Like I said, my friend that took the payout with trading, like, he already had the mindset. He already made organic work. So, I mean, not organic, sorry. He made drop shipping work already. So he already knew, bro. Like, you just need a mentor, and that's it. Like, that's literally all it is, right? It's just the mindset behind that. But yeah.
Do you think hard work beats talent?
Yeah, 1000%. Hard work definitely beats talent. For sure. Like I said kind of earlier, where it's like with the drop shipping stuff, like testing a product a day, testing volume. That's all just hard work, and it doesn't matter if you're like the best drop shipper in the world and every product you hit is a winner if it takes you 2 months to launch a product, right? Versus the guy that's launching one every day. So definitely hard work on top. Yeah.
Would you say God was a vital part, or religion was a vital part to your journey? And was he there or there, whoever your God is, if you have one, from the beginning, or is that something you're getting into recently? A big influencer in the trading space is TJR, and for many years he never really would publicly speak on religion, and now as of recently he's talking about he's reading the Bible and going to church. Was God or Jesus or whoever your God is or your religion a vital part of your journey?
I will definitely say that where religion very closely ties in with entrepreneurship is the faith aspect, bro. I feel like a lot of Christians, especially the ones that are in business, like that's one thing that they already have, and it's faith and knowing that things will play out how it's supposed to, versus like non-religious guys who they're kind of so focused on the outcome, bro, and it's like, oh, if you fail one time they just quit, right? Like you need to have that faith, and I feel like that's where religion closely ties in with entrepreneurship.
Because in my opinion, like, I myself am a Christian, right? I go to a local church. I've been a Christian for a couple of years now. I actually have my, I don't know if you can see it on that video, but what would Jesus do bracelet. So every time I go to do something, I think about what would Jesus do? Would he, like, I'm personal tidbit, I'm going to be honest. When I road rage in traffic, I like to honk and flip people off. Partially because I think it's funny, and because I don't really care. I just think it's funny. But I'll think about it and I'll see that, and I'm like, Jesus wouldn't do that. So as man, I think we should be more like Jesus, but a hypoallergenic dog, don't.
The cameraman and editor for coming up with all these incredible questions.
Well, all hypoallergenic dogs are ugly as shit.
Loki, you should get a hairless cat. What are your opinion on Sphinx cats?
Bro, I'm good off that shit, bro.
They look like ball sacks, yo.
You don't like the what is that called? The Dachshund?
The leopard?
The Dachshund? The dog, the little wiener dog.
Oh, the Dachshund.
That's just hideous, man.
Chill.
Bro, wiener dogs are tough.
I want a wiener dog.
Why?
Yeah, but you can't be an ecom dude with a wiener dog and stuff. I want to get a huge Doberman Shepherd, bro. Those things don't shed. They have literally the smallest hair in the world, and they're badass looking.
I need an Australian Shepherd, bro. Facts.
I want a little wiener dog.
Yeah, guys, so in the description, I'm going to drop all of David's links, my links, his Instagram, his YouTube, all of his socials. You could find him, follow him, join his group. He has a free group I recommend you guys get into. He drops sauce on his YouTube all the time. Some of my links will be down there too, my Discord, my Instagram. Anyways, yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure that if you guys learned anything, to drop it down in the comments. I try to bring you guys informational videos alongside trading content. Like, subscribe, comment, share the video, send it to your friends. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And most importantly, I hope you guys took something from the video and learned and furthered your knowledge on, in this case, the dropshipping world. Thank you guys for watching, and on to the next.
Porsche 911 GT3 when I lane switch.